Hi guys, welcome to the Citizen channel. I hope you're all staying safe and well. Please, if you are new to this channel, please push that subscribe button. We do everything City, past and present here on these little vlogs, so I do try and inform and entertain, and there's some links on screen as well for Facebook and Twitter where I do post loads of City stuff. So if you follow a friend me on there, I do check every few days and follow and friend everyone back. And if you do get a chance, please have a check out my film and TV channel as well, which I try and inform and entertain on there, and all the latest films and TV drama here in the UK and from around the world. So if you can check that out, that will be fantastic. Anyway, hope you enjoy today's feature. Welcome to the Odd Show, and we look forward to the visit to the bridge. Yeah, City at Chelsea on the 25th of September 2021. I think it's a 12:30 p.m. kickoff. I'm not overly fond of early kickoffs. If you're getting down there anyway, I hope you get down there safe and hope everything goes well and you get home safe and 3 points in the bag, eh? But this is the Odd Show. Let's not talk about the preview as such. But yeah, there'll always be a City lean in this show, don't forget. And I try and explain things. It's not just a matter of throwing odds at you. I try and sort of tell you my little thinking behind it. Of course, with competitive games like this, there's usually a little bit of room for some good opportunities. And there's possibly 3 or 4 bets I could have done for the charity bet today. I've only stuck to 2, but yeah, it made it a little bit more interesting. So let's hope I plump for the right 2 anyway to get some more in the pot. We have got money in the pot at last for the charity bet, although I couldn't do the. Unfortunately, I couldn't get any bets on for the Wycombe Wanderers game. There just wasn't any prices on the exchanges that were worth having a go at. Right, so let's have a look. Let's have a look at Chelsea versus City. Interesting. Right, these prices are at 4 p.m. on the 22nd of September 21. So check around. Please, I don't condone gambling. When the fun stops, stop. And please, this is just for a bit of interest, a bit of fun, a bit more interest in the game for me. And as I say, I do this mainly now to try and get some money for a charity for the end of this by the end of the season. So please, I don't condone it. When the fun stops, stop, and all that. I will leave the little message up on screen. Just do it for a little bit of fun, please, guys. Don't ever get too involved in this. Right, the general odds, yeah, it's pretty much neck and neck now between City and Chelsea to win the league. As at last week, City were still the favourites. We were firm favourites before the season started. It's been gradually, City have been easing out as the season's progressed, but finally, Chelsea are the favourites with most bookies now, and they can actually get 15-8 on Chelsea to win the title and 2-1 on City generally to win the title. So Chelsea are now the favourites. That's not happened. That doesn't happen that often from this early in the season, if you like. But I think it had to happen, didn't it, based on what we've seen so far? There's no quibble from me for that, to be honest with you. Those prices, I think that's pretty much spot on. And obviously, as we go on to the match odds themselves, of course, we've got the benefit that, City aren't necessarily the favourites to win. So there might be a little bit of value there, might we? But interestingly enough, the match odds, again, neck and neck. They're both 17-10 against for a Chelsea win, 17-10 against for a City win. So really, really interesting. But what interests me more probably is the draw at 9-4. You can get that with Bet365. There's got to be value in all 3 of those bets, to be honest with you. I think they're cracking bets. If you fancy Chelsea, if you're a Chelsea fan, if you fancy City, you're a City fan. I won't put you off any of those 3 prices, to be honest with you. But I am going to have my first charity bet. I'm going to go. Yes, I mean I want. My heart says a win, but I'm just going to go for a draw. Deep down, I'm thinking we may get beat, obviously, depending on the team. I'll just go a quick flick through the team I think we're going to get, which obviously comes into the first goal scorer and anytime goal scorer, just to give you my thinking on that. But yeah, I'm going to go for a draw. So I've managed to get at 2.35 with Smarkets on the draw. So I'm going to have a go on that and hopefully get some money for the charity. So that's the first of the charity bets today. Yeah, my thinking behind the team, allowing for injuries. I think certain players, obviously Stones and Laporte and Gundogan and Rodri, have classed those as being injured. So I'm working on the basis when we look at the first goal scorer, etc. on the team being Edison, Walker, Diaz, Aki, Cancelo, Werner, if no Rodri, Fernandinho, and of course even Gundo would have been there, but again, if he's injured, he won't be there either. KDB, Foden, Bernardo, Grealish, and Jesus. Yeah, with 2 or 3 like Torres. I'm sort of ignoring those for this and thinking they'll go with that. Anyway, That takes us to the first goal scorer. As I say, you've got Lukaku as the favourite. I wouldn't put any Chelsea fans off doing that one at 4-1 with 365. The next favourite is Havertz. Yeah, with 7-1. So we're not even in the top two. The first goal scorer, 7-1 generally Havertz. Torres, 30-2, but I don't think he'll play. Jesus is 15-2. Good chance that he'll play, but we're not 100% sure on that, are we? With that, I'm thinking he will, but it's really either Jesus or Torres, to be honest with you. And let's be honest about it. I would say Jesus has got more chance. He's 15-2 for first goal scorer. Sterling is 8-1 with 365, but he's not going to play, surely. Werner is 8-1 with 365. Mahrez is 8-1 with 365. Another one surely won't play. So it's leaving value elsewhere, this, isn't it? And then you've got a little bit of value here with Foden. Foden is 8-1. I think after that performance against Wycombe, Foden's going to play. You can get 8-1 with 365. 365 and 888 Sport if you fancy a bit of Phil Foden. Grealish is 11-1, another good value one with 365, so that's an interesting one. And Bernardo, again, who I think will play, you can get Betfair Sport and 365, you can get 12-1. So a couple of interesting outsiders there. Obviously, anytime goal scorer, we go back out obviously to these and look at sort of the obvious ones, the ones that I think will play. And there's a couple of good values. You've got Jesus at 3-1 with Sky. That's not bad. Foden 16-5. Again, excellent. KDB 16-5 with Sky. This is anytime goal scorer, don't forget. It's not first goal scorer. Grealish is 4-1 and Bernardo is 9-2. So on any of those guys, I think there's some great value there. Obviously, Lukaku is the favourite of any time. He's 13-10. But again, not a bad price for Lukaku, 13-10. That's with 365. Havertz is 14-5 with Sky and Bet Victor. And Werner's 11-4 anytime goal scorer. So I certainly won't put anyone off any of those, to be honest. I think there's some reasonable value there. But they're both teams to score. That's another interesting one. Yes, he's 4-5. And no is evens on Sky and Betfair Sports. I think the no is probably slightly best value, but hey, 4-5 on a yes if you think City and Chelsea will score. There's nothing wrong with that either on the value front. This is the benefit of these big games, if you like, tight games. You can get some better prices. Then again, we don't. It does make it a little bit harder to bet as well, because it's obviously, you just don't know which way it's got to go, really, do you? So that's interesting. Correct scores, yeah. There's a big raft of scores. I've only gone up to 3-1 as the maximum. I mean, for City wins, 1-0 is 17-2 Bet Victor William Hill. A 2-0 is 15-1 with Bet Victor. A 2-1 is 10-1 with William Hill and 365. A 3-1 is 22-1 with 365. And 3-0 is 28-1. The draw, a 0-0 is 10-1, William Hill. A 1-1 is 11-2 with 365 and Betfred. And the 2-2 is a 14-1 generally. So, yeah, expect a high scoring game. A Chelsea win, of course, similar to the City prices. A 1-0 is 8-1 with Bet Victor and William Hill. A 2-0 is 14-1 with 365 and Bet Victor. A 2-1 is 10-1 with William Hill and 365. A 3-0... doubt it. 28-1 with 365 and William Hill, and the 3-1 is 22-1. So that's not a bad price. So for me, if I was going to do it, I would go. I haven't done a charity bet on this one, but I'd go sort of the 2-1s and the 3-1s either way, to be honest with you. But yeah, a draw again. I mean, as I said, I've put a plump for the draw answer. And I think that's, again, some good prices. Probably 0-0 or 1-1 rather than 2-2, to be honest with you. But 10-1 and 11-2, still excellent value on the draws as well. Half-time, full-time, yeah, I mean, they can't split them on that. A City or a Chelsea, half-time, full-time, you can generally get 7-2. A draw in Chelsea and then a draw in City, again, you can't split them. 11-2, and this looks pretty good value either way, doesn't it? 11-2, draw Chelsea or draw City. A draw and a draw is 4-1, you can get that with 365. City in a draw and Chelsea in a draw. Again, you can't separate these two teams. They're both 16-1. So it's wonderful if you like to have a bit of a fun bet on your own team or bet on the opponent's team. There's some great prices coming up. Goals over under, that's an interesting one. This is where I'm going to have my second charity bet. Over 2.5, 21-20. I quite like that. I mean, it could be tight. It could be 0-0, 1-0, 1-1, but Yeah, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that it will be at least 3 goals. It won't be tight. Certainly won't be as nervy as the Champions League game, will it? Let's be honest about it. And Chelsea are full of confidence, so they're gonna fly out. They're gonna fly at City. And I say City out, but let's be honest about it. So that 21-20 doesn't look bad. That's generally available. Under 2.5, if you don't think it's going to be high scoring, that's 4-5 with 365. So that's good. Over 3.5, I think there's going to be plenty of goals, at least 4 goals in the game. 11-4, that could be tempting if you fancy that. I'm not so sure myself. Under 3.5 goals, so you think obviously 2-1, 1-1, 0-0 X, something like that. 2-7 on, yeah. So there's no real value in that. That'll be 365 and William Hill. But as I said, this is my second charity bet, and I'm going for over 2.5 goals. And I've got 1.12 with Smarket, so I've done at 1.12 for over. So as long as there's 3 goals in the game or more, we'll have some more money for the charity. So fingers crossed, please, you guys keep your fingers crossed for those bad charity bets as well. A draw, a 2-2 draw, 3-3 draw. That'll work both. A 2-2 draw work both ways, won't it? So obviously it'd be nice to get 2. And sometimes I edge my bets on and sort to make it the 2 bets so that one offsets the other. But hey, we could get both, but who knows? Winning margin, yeah. Chelsea 1 goal, 10-3. Not a bad price. City 1 goal, 15-4 with 365. That's almost 4-1. That is very, very tempting as a City fan if we can win by 1 goal. 2 goals, again, for both City and Chelsea, it's 7-1. Also a very interesting price, 7-1. If you get a classic 3-1, either way, 7-1. Yeah, I nearly had a go at that one. As I said, there was 3 or 4, probably 5 bets I could have had a go at today for the charity. A 3-goal margin. Yeah, I don't think so. You never know. Chelsea's 18-1 with Paddy Power best price, and City are 20-1 with 365 for that. So you fancy that at all? And I think what we're looking at now, last of all, a couple of things yet. Corners, yeah, under 10.5 is 4-6 on, and over 10.5 is 11-10. Yeah, I can't see it being over 10.5. I mean, the game last season where City won 3-1, I think there's only 8 corners in the game. So I can't see that. But then you look at the most corners, and City are firm favourites on that. We're 4-6 on, and Chelsea are 7-4. Now last year, although there was 8 corners in the game, Chelsea had 5 of them, and they're at home. They're on a high. I mean, I'm very surprised City are the favourites. I would put Chelsea as the favourites on that. So it's 7-4 for the most corners. I think that's flipping good value, especially if you're a Chelsea fan. I won't do it myself. I'm a City fan, but I think if you sort of having a look at that and thinking with your head, I think most corners for Chelsea to get that, I think that's very, very possible. I'm very surprised that that's 7-4 that you can get 1 or 2 bookies. It's not just 1 bookie. And clean sheets, is this the last thing we're going to look at? Yeah, clean sheets. If you fancy City to keep a clean sheet, 5-2 with Sky. If you fancy Chelsea to keep a clean sheet, it's 9-4 with 365 and Sky. So if you do fancy one of the teams to get a clean sheet. So there's some interesting stuff this week. I think you'd probably agree with that. Some interesting stuff this week. So I'll just reiterate my charity bets, of course, are on the match. I'm going for the draw at 2.35 on Smarket. So fingers crossed for that one. And of course, I'm also going for the goals over or under market. I'm going for over 2.5 goals, as long as it's 3 goals in the game, whichever way. 3-0 for City will do me. That's at 1.12 again with Smarkets. As I say, I do tend to bet with the exchanges because I don't have many accounts with the other bookies because they've all been closed over the years, and even when I've took them out in friends' names, they've all been closed and stuff like that. But there you go. That's how it is. That's how it is. They don't like losing money, bookies, do they? So they shut your account if you win a few quid. But that's a bit unfair, but that's just how it goes. Anyway, there you go. Let me know what you're doing, what you fancy. Say some cracking little odds there. Some temptation for us guys who like a little flutter. As I said, make sure it is a little flutter, guys. Don't ever get carried away. Don't ever chase your losses either. That's the worst thing you can do. And sometimes some people sort of question whether they should draw out when they get offered money and stuff like that. I always say let it ride, but it's easy to say that when it's not your money, isn't it? But as I say, don't ever get it to the stage where you're worrying about it and your head's going. It's just for fun, and only bet what you can afford. Simple as that. Don't ever take this thing and start, losing it on it. It isn't how it should be. Easy said than done, of course, but as I say, if you do find yourself struggling, there is help out there, so seek it out as well. Anyway, there you go. Let me know what you fancy, as I say, on this wonderful, this sort of odds for this one. Excellent, yeah, some great. I enjoyed this one because there's a lot of value in this one, with it being such a tight game. So very, very interesting. Anyway, thanks for watching. Whatever you're going to do the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. To meet here again on the Citizen channel. Or perhaps please have a look at my film and TV channel. I'll try and inform and entertain over there as well. If you want to have a little rest from football, that'd be great. And but if it's here where we meet again, I don't care. It doesn't matter here on the film and TV channel. I only ever ask one thing. If you don't, please stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.